Hello, I'm Elsie Normington, Development Officer from Merkinch Community Centre. This is now week 41 of our closure, and indeed this is the final video of 2020 for our community centre. I've been thinking back over the year because it's been an unprecedented year, hasn't it, as we faced the coronavirus pandemic and how we've all had to adapt and respond as the virus ran its course throughout our country and indeed throughout the world. There has been many negative sides to the virus, but also there's been many positive sides to the virus as well. We've learned so much about ourselves, how we respond when massive changes come on our lives, and how we react with that transition and these changes, how we deal with them, and how we reach out to other people, and how we see communities arising and caring with great acts of kindness, how we've seen the frontline workers continue giving so much more than their normal hours to save lives. And for example, I remember putting a note one day on my bin and saying thank you to the bin men because they kept moving all the refuge and how important that was to keep all of that going. Many frontline workers that did amazing jobs during lockdown and during the pandemic. And so today we want to look back over the year and look at what we have tried to do in the Merkinch Community Centre in order to keep in touch with all our friends and our customers and those who love to come to the centre. So today we just want to give you a little resume of what we've done over the years. So first of all, when the pandemic was beginning to kick in, I remember the first morning in the community centre when this virus was really kicking in. It was Tuesday, the 17th of March, and that morning was supposed to be the Rainbow Singers. And from 9 o'clock onwards, the phone kept ringing with people saying they were not coming to Rainbow Singers because of the pandemic. And as a result, I began to get my thinking cap on really quickly and think, well, how can we keep in touch with everyone if they're not coming to the Rainbow Singers? And so that morning, for the first time ever in my life, I went live onto Facebook and we had a Rainbow Singer session live on Facebook. In the evening, it was a similar message where many of our Singing for Pleasure customers were not coming. And so that night, I did a live Singing for Pleasure session. And as the week unfolded, people obviously were very concerned about the virus and were voting with their feet. And by the Thursday, we were closed down by High Life Highland, and we've been closed ever since for 41 weeks. And so we just want to tell you about what we've done over that 41 weeks. So first of all, as I say, we did online singing sessions. So we did the Rainbow Singers, Singing for Pleasure. We also started a gospel show in June, which people have asked for and really enjoyed. And every Monday morning, I try to do a short inspirational message or do an interview with someone associated with the centre. And it's been wonderful just to see the number of people that have logged on to all these posts on Facebook. And I think at the peak we had over 1,600 people who were engaging on our Facebook page in 1 month. And that was wonderful compared to our normal numbers. So we've spent a lot of time doing all of the online work. Now we've also had lots of people doing lots of phone calls, and I want to thank all the members of the group and all the volunteers who have phoned one another and cared for one another during this time. And we believe that it's probably around 3,000 phone calls have been made during the last 41 weeks, which is really fantastic. We've also done 3 mail outs. So we designed bespoke cards and we sent them out to our 300 customers on 3 occasions. So that's 900 items that we've posted out just to let people know that we're thinking of them. We also did lots of visits to a number of people living on their own and delivered flowers to them. I hosted a whole number of tea parties. I think it was 15 tea parties, afternoon tea parties, when the restrictions were lifted. We also had to continue managing all our contracts with British Telecom and leasing of our photocopier and our vending machine and all that kind of thing. All of that had to be managed in the background. We also did a strategic review. We had already started that process with lots of questionnaires and managed to put all of that together into a review, which was very interesting reading, and people are very, very happy with the service that Merkinch Community Centre offers. And more recently, we had a book published. It was a poetry book, A Poem for Every Occasion, written by Irene Grant, one of the ladies who came to our lunch club, and I helped her to have that published, and she's absolutely delighted. We've already sold over 130 copies, and she is thrilled at her stage in life. She's 80 years old and she's thrilled to have written a poetry book. So that was lovely. And then just last week we published our Singing for Pleasure virtual Christmas concert. We always have a concert every year, and this year we had a virtual concert which was great fun and people loved being part of it, and it's just lovely to be able to say, well, we still had a concert even although we were going through the pandemic. And so as we come towards the end of the year, I just want to wish you all a very happy Christmas. I hope that you will be able to enjoy the Christmas day. I know there's a great amount of restrictions around, but you know, it's so important just to be thankful for what we have and put on that attitude of gratitude. We're very thankful for one another, and we look forward to 2021 when again we hope, perhaps by the spring, that we'll be getting together again and enjoying that wonderful gift of friendship and fellowship and sharing activities, which is so important to our well-being. So as I close, I just want to wish you the very best, and do take care of yourselves. Thank you again for supporting Merkinch Community Centre.